Peace fam, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into my first ever 4-day trip to what can only be described as the Disneyland of design. That's right, High Point Market. You asked for the full breakdown, so grab a notepad, strap in, and be ready to have your little design hearts explode. If you're new here, I'm niCo, your resident heirloom alchemist, and I transform heirlooms, curb finds, and cultural artifacts into sculptural upholstery with a story. Now, let's talk about the biggest design show in the world, High Point Market. But what exactly is High Point Market? Think of it as the IKEA showroom, but on steroids. The biggest, most comprehensive furnishing trade show in the world. Y'all, it spans a massive area. We're talking over 100 buildings and 11.5 million square feet of pure design inspiration. Home of John Coltrane and the furniture capital of the world, High Point, North Carolina. For an upholstery artist like myself, beyond the incredible furniture, this is where you see the future of lighting, fabrics, decor of all kinds. Every single segment of the home industry is represented. This trip was all about curating the best of the best and finding those key partners for my brand, House of Nambili. So who is this design carnival even for? Well, the ideal attendees are definitely interior designers, retailers, manufacturers, and design students. If your career touches anything to do with making spaces beautiful, you need to be there. For an independent designer, the benefit of attending versus shopping locally is huge. You get to see and touch the items, confirm the quality, and gain crucial access to wholesale pricing. I went after hearing from a friend that felt my love of all things design would help me decide where to go next with HON after quitting my day job. My journey started with my bestie, Asia. We took the Amtrak straight into High Point, which lands you right smack dab in the middle of all the action. It's an immediate adrenaline rush. Since our B&B wasn't ready yet, we just dove in. We spent the first few hours just kind of getting our bearings, mapping things out. Like, the sheer scale of this place is mind-blowing. We met vendors and we took a lot of pictures. The energy was palpable. It was pure excitement mixed with a little bit of design-induced vertigo. On day 2, my partner Aisha joined the adventure. The day was spent catching her up on all things day 1 and upgrading our passes from industry to buyer. This was a complete game changer, as it granted us complete access to all the showrooms and the food. We had a lovely time. We met so many vendors and learned so many industry secrets. Just this day alone was completely worth the trip. At the end of day 2, Asia had to leave. So Aisha and I started day 3 at the CoHab space, which I absolutely loved. It's an off-site collective that is intentionally an inclusive and dynamic environment where creativity and commerce intersect. The focus on emerging and diverse artists was truly inspiring. We met some brilliant creatives there, including ceramic artist Tara Thacker and painter Zuzi Wynn, who were truly an inspiration. But the true adventure began during lunch at Hooker Furniture. We met a pair of interior design sisters who gave us the best local tip: Blue Ocean Trading. Of course, we dropped everything and made a beeline over there. We spent literally hours in this massive warehouse checking out unique imported and vintage things like beautiful beaded chairs from Nigeria and old railroad lights. It was like an international treasure hunt, a must-see for anyone looking for something truly unique and story-driven. By the last day, I was on my own, and I had minimal time before my trip home. I made a beeline for DeLeo Fabrics, but I got joyfully lost in the antiques alley on the way there. The alley is packed with history and incredible finds. It's a whole experience in and of itself. After connecting with DeLeo, I stumbled into Hinkley Lighting. OMG. Their lighting installations were absolute showstoppers, truly turning light fixtures into art. I finished the day with a mad dash to visit the Pillow Lab and the always vibrant Jonathan Adler showroom. Across all 4 days, a unified design trend stood out that aligns perfectly with the HON aesthetic. A focus on dramatic luxury and high texture. We're talking about gold accents used heavily and confidently. Complex layered textures like velvets and boucles, beautiful scalloped and pleated details, and bold, confident color combinations. It's a full embrace of maximalism that's designed to tell a story and catch the eye. So there were 3 specific things I have not stopped thinking about since I've been back. The gorgeous, massive chandelier by lighting artist Allison Palladino. It was a true piece of sculpture. The overwhelming selection of high-quality fabrics by the yard at DV Cap, giving me infinite possibilities. And the most magnificent Chesterfield sofa by Madeke India. The custom details and the craftsmanship were absolutely next level. I guess the most unexpected thing about the entire trip was how incredibly well taken care of we were made to feel. Honestly, the logistics were flawless. From the warm staff to the free shuttle services. They even had a Go Anywhere shuttle that I took from my Airbnb back to the market free of charge. And then their app made it so easy to track every visited showroom and schedule appointments. Every barrier to getting business done was removed, which is a testament to how well the event is run. Being there on the last day was bittersweet. I was able to move around freely and ask tons of questions of all the vendors, but you could feel the melancholy of the folks packing up and the energy starting to wind down. It really drove home how fast those 4 days went by and why you need a plan before you get here. Okay, for all my fellow designers considering their first trip, this is your survival guide. This section alone could save you hours and several band-aids for blisters. Tip number 1, comfort is king. This is probably the biggest mistake one can make, not wearing comfortable shoes. You will easily rack up 10,000 steps, but honestly, some days I hit 18,000. So save the heels for the sponsored after parties and invest in a quality pair of kicks. Shout out to Vionics. Your footwear was a godsend. Tip number 2, fuel your body and support local. Food and drinks are offered at the larger showrooms for buyers. And yes, they're great. You should definitely take advantage of those free lunches. But I highly recommend and encourage you to support local food trucks at least once while you're there. They offer an amazing variety, and it's a great way to step outside of the market bubble and connect with the community. Those falafels were banging. Tip number 3, transportation is free 99. There are free shuttles that run to and from all 3 major airports during the market. More importantly, you can use the Go Anywhere service to get picked up right at your lodging. It's a complete game changer. When you're tired and carrying too many catalogs or you overspent, just remember to bring cash to tip your amazing drivers. High Point Market is only twice a year, and they work incredibly hard, so show them some love. Tip number 4, strategic planning is a non-negotiable. Use the market app and the maps religiously. This place is sensory overload for first-timers, so use the tools to be sure you visit all the showrooms you really want to see. Don't just wander aimlessly. Group your must-see showrooms by location to save your precious energy and time. Tip number 5, the power of the ear hustle. Ask lots of questions, but more importantly, listen when the reps are speaking with other buyers. I learned so much valuable industry knowledge that was never mentioned in the formal presentations. Things like tariff hikes, production timelines, and the best times of year to place your order. Just by being quiet and doing a little good old-fashioned ear hustling. That knowledge is power for your bottom line. Overall, my trip to High Point Market was an incredible experience. It was equal parts inspiring and necessary for the strategic growth of House of Nambili. I left with a notebook full of new ideas and, more importantly, a Rolodex full of incredible new industry partners. My heart is full. If you're serious about design, make the investment and go. Again, it happens twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. Thank you so much for joining me on this recap. If you enjoyed this journey and want to see how these trends are going to influence my next So Fresh upholstery project, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and let me know in the comments below, what trend are you most excited about? See you next time.